Um, hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's been about 8 years since I've started all of this. Um, it's also been like 8 years since I graduated from Valencia, which is terrifying. Well, actually no, I guess it's been about 7 years since I graduated from Valencia, but it's been 8 years since, I was like, in it. It's been a really long time. I'm 25 now. I've gotten married. I have a cat. Um, and I was just like looking through some old files on my computer and I kind of got a little nostalgic and I wanted to share that with you. Completely raw and edited. I wanted to just kind of have a talk with you guys because, there's some people here who have been subscribed for a while now. Have been there for me for a long time, and at the beginning I really didn't think that this was gonna go anywhere, but like I took some advice from some people that I honestly can't remember who it is now, but a long time ago there was someone that I listen to, and what they told me was always make content and there will always be someone there to watch it, whether they're there to watch it right when you put it out or they're going to be there to watch it in the future. As long as you're making productive content, you're not spreading hate, it's always going to benefit someone someday. So that's kind of the advice that I took, and ran with it, and I'm at this point now where I'm able to do this kind of for fun, but also to help get my word out. And I wanted for this video to come back to the bedroom that it all started in, to come back to the place where I really got my start. I was actually sitting at this desk covered in paint with my closet set up in the background, and is really where I got all started. And I want to like just take a little trip down memory lane right now, and I'm really excited to do that. So it all really, my career and my writing journey all started back in like 7th grade, and not even gonna lie to you, 7th grade is when it like really started to take shape. Like someone who's been drawing forever, been the same way with me in writing. I had a teacher named Miss Iriarte, bless her soul. She really push me, and she's kind of the reason why I actually write. Honestly, Miss Iriarte, we had to write an entire essay every single week. Went to school Monday, or most of the time it was like a Friday or Sunday in the week. We'd get our essay prompt, and then it would be due the following Monday, like every single week. Every time you turned an essay in, you got another one. I don't know how she graded all of them. She had 6 or 7 classes of 7th graders, and every single week she made us write an essay. And she also never gave out a single 100. But by the time, because I had her for 2 years, so by the time I got to the end of my 8th grade, I was the only person who had gotten a 99, and that felt so good, and I was so like proud of myself, and I kind of just took that and ran with it, and I kept going, and I kept writing throughout high school, but it wasn't really ever serious until my junior year of high school. I started up the newspaper at my school. So I started up the school newspaper, and I was writing for that, and every single month I put a piece of poetry in the paper, and I was some teachers would be reading my work out to class, and they'd be analyzing my poetry, and they would have that as actual assignments. And it felt so good to know that there was like this community, or like there are these people who are like looking out for me and who are there to absorb my work and like learn from it and take notes from it, which I thought that was really cool. I really loved that concept. And from there, I took my senior year at Valencia, and I got a head start at the Osceola Valencia campus, and that was kind of where I really decided that the year in dual enrollment is when I decided I'm going to actually take this writing thing seriously, and I'm going to have it as a job. I'm going to have it as my career. I'm going to make money from writing. I'm not going to just work at a Panera, or I'm not going to just work at Publix. I'm going to actually have this be my job, and I'm going to learn from it, and I'm going to grow a lot as a person. So I started taking it was because I took my English 1 class, and I had an amazing professor, and it just inspired me to run with it. And I had it's like, I will always remember this, but I had an extra credit assignment. It was supposed to be like what, like three to 400 words, just an extra credit, like one page or something like that. I ended up writing 14 pages. It was almost like 4,000 words, a little more than 4,000 words by the time I was done with it. And came right from the heart, came directly from the soul, and I put it onto paper, or I guess into a Word document, and I submitted it. And I ran from there. And it was everything that I wanted and I loved. And I decided to create this YouTube channel that I'm talking from, and I had literally, I post videos and they would get 0 views. 0. Absolutely none. And it just slowly grew, and I posted my writing because I had a strong belief that people's writings should be heard and interpreted the way that the author has described them to be, so that each point can be emphasized to the point that they want to emphasize it, so you really get to hear and feel the experience that the author intended. And so that was my firm belief, and that's why I started all this. And I started doing some open mic nights. I would network, and I ended up working with other authors to write their books and kind of being ghostwriters while I was still in college. And I didn't really go further than that because I was able to network and I was able to work it properly. So I got my AA, and then I was kind of good from there. So I got my AA, and I moved on to other things, and I networked, and I got my own works published, and I tried to do a lot of internships. I didn't really get responses. I kind of got a lot of failed internships along the way. But I was going through my assignments, and I had this purpose statement that I wanted to read out because it really applies to who I am as a person, and I didn't think that it was going to translate this well in the future. But it says, "My purpose here is to help people process their emotions and handle their experiences in life through writing, ideation, and communication to help people better enrich their lives through understanding language and their own feelings. This way they can better understand themselves." There's a couple points that could be worded better, but honestly, it's so true. I really feel that I'm here to just take some emotion and just process it correctly. But I just got my general AA degree, and it didn't really cost much because my mother and I were able to get a lot of help from FAFSA, and I really took advantage of my writing classes, of my English classes, and I would ask way too many questions, and I used their writing room in the math center. And wow, I can't even remember. It was so long ago. Jeez. And it was just a quiet place to study because I struggled a lot with ADHD, so I had a lot of trouble focusing, but having that designated place to go to work on stuff was able to help me get in the right mindset. But I was able to make connections and network with everyone around me. I mean, I had a lot of failed internships, and none of them went through. I really was never able to land an internship, but I was able to network, and I was able to meet people just through being nice in my everyday life, which is really what I would suggest. But it's become everything. I write for other authors, and I write for myself, so I will have excerpts in other books, or I will help people proofread books, and I can get paid for that. But you really just need to be able to pick up a pen and a paper and have some good grammar skills under your belt, and have good communication and lots of time and energy to devote and practice to it, because I've been working on this since 7th grade. I've been really hardcore working on it. My first essay that I ever wrote was one about Pluto, and that was in 5th grade, but I've been really working on it since 7th grade. But the words that you say, what I've learned is the words that you say really have an impact on those around you, and that life isn't linear, and you're gonna have all these ups and downs, and it's gonna be hard, but you gotta be able to push through, and you gotta be able to do it. And it's not gonna all be up, it's gonna be up and down, and that's really what I've learned through financing myself and having my own job in this way. So